Hey guys, this does look like a fun one, but I don't understand. Why does it have 57 million views? Let's see if we can figure out why. Apparently this is from the Harvard entry exam. If you want to try it on your own, pause it right now, because I'm going to solve it in 3, 2, 1. First, let's copy down the first equation and let's get the y all by itself. We can subtract x from both sides, and that'll leave us with y equals 6 minus x. Next, let's copy down the second equation. X times y equals 36. And in the place of the y, let's plug in 6 minus x. So we end up with x times 6 minus x equals 36. For the next step, we're going to distribute this x to both of these terms. That'll give us 6x minus x squared equals 36. Now we have a quadratic, so we want to set it all equal to 0. Let's subtract 6x from both sides and let's add x squared to both sides. On the left-hand side, everything's going to cancel. We'll be left with 0. And on the right-hand side, we'll have x squared minus 6x plus 36. Now we're ready to solve for this. Let's clean things up a little bit. Let's put this in a box and move everything around. From here, let's do the quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac whole thing over 2a. Is that what the song is? In the place of the negative b, we can put negative 6, which is 6. Then we have the plus minus square root of b squared would be the quantity negative 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 36. Whole thing over 2 times 1. And then we can copy it down and let's clean things up. Let's start under the square root. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. And then 4 times 1 times 36 is 144. 36 minus 144 is negative 108. And then in the denominator, 2 times 1 is 2. Now back to the square root. Negative 108 can be broken down into negative 1 times 108. And the 108 can be broken down into 36 times 3. So we have the square root of negative 1 times 36 times 3. Each of these can have their own square root. So we have square root of negative 1, square root of 36, and square root of 3. We can think of the square root of negative 1 as the imaginary number I. Square root of 36 is 6, and square root of 3 is already simplified. Let's smush everything together. So each of these 6's can be divided by 2 to give us 3 plus or minus 3i root 3. And these are the two possible values for x. We can plug them into this equation to find out y. Does that make sense, y? So let's copy down the y equals 6 minus x. And in the place of x, let's plug in 3 plus or minus 3i root 3. And next we can distribute the negative to each of these terms. That'll give us 6 minus 3. And then when we multiply this negative by the plus minus, it becomes minus plus. And this might seem kind of funny that it's upside down, but there's a good reason for it. And this 6 minus 3 can be simplified to positive 3. And now we have our two values for y. So x is 3 plus or minus 3i root 3, and y is 3 minus or plus 3i root 3. So we have two pairs of answers for x, y. For x, we have either the positive version or the negative version. And then to get the corresponding values of y, when the x is a plus, the y is a minus. So that'll go here. And then when the x is a minus, the y is a plus. So that'll go here. So the reason this was a minus plus is so we know which corresponding values go with which. Isn't that pretty cool? And these are the answers to our question. How exciting. And I'm suspicious on whether this is actually on a Harvard entry exam. I feel like this could have just said Hogwarts or Starfleet Academy or Xavier School for Gifted Students. Something like that. It definitely was a fun problem.